Mathematica, I will talk about the relation between the spin of the blood and aorticopulmonary septum. After when a liquid flows in a human vessel, a current happens, and current decides the velocity and resistance of liquid. In this way, current decides the pressure of liquid in the body, and transmitters a capillary in the peripheral blood vessel, and the region which controls current in the artery is aorticopulmonary septum. So by controlling the tissue of aorticopulmonary septum, we can control blood pressure in body. Fluid can have curl. For example, urine has curl. When it comes out of UI tract, and curl makes urine not to lose its volume while it flows. And also artery has curl caused by aorticopulmonary septum. So artery can control the velocity and pressure of blood using the curl. But the mechanism for the pressure has not been proved, so in these papers I will do it. I assigned the concept of divergence and curl to the flow of artery, and to do that I inferred the concept of curl and divergence in artery and defined the relation between curl and divergence using theorem 1. And I inferred the property of curl in artery. Using this, I inferred that heart can use the aorticopulmonary septum to control the velocity and pressure of artery. And I could prove this fact using vector equation that I inferred from Poiseuille law. Definition of curl. Curl is an operator which sends 3D vector field to another 3D vector field, and if fluid flows in 3D vector field, the curl of fluid can be expressed as a vector, and this is proportional to the torque of the vector. And as a conclusion, curl vector is twice larger than the angular velocity of fluid. This is curl equation. Divergence. The definition of divergence. Divergence is an operator which determines fluid in a point be spread together. For example, if a water balloon has a hole and water comes out from the hole, the divergence of the point is minus. But the divergence of other point is 0 because there is no spread together in other point. So divergence means the quantity of which fluid is absorbed from one field to another field. This is divergence equation. Property of divergence and curl. Theorem 1. When f is a vector field in the human body and vectors of f has a continuous second partial derivative, divergence curl f is 0, curl divergence f is 0 is true. Divergence curl f is 0 means the fluid with curl has no loss of volume, so there is no divergence of fluid if the fluid has a curl. For example, when urine comes out with curl, there is no loss of volume. Curl divergence f is 0 means when fluid gets absorbed to another field, there is no curl. For example, a hole of water balloon has no curl, and this explains blood absorption of capillary. There is no curl when blood gets absorbed in capillary. This makes blood to have a divergence and get absorbed to tissue. If there is a curl in capillary, the blood cannot get absorbed to tissue. Aortic origins, application of the property about current divergence to vessel. Aorta origins at aorticopulmonary septum, and aorticopulmonary septum makes the curl in aorta. With theorem 1, aorta with a curl makes blood to reach the capillary without loose, and the blood in capillary gets absorbed to tissue because there is no curl in capillary. 5. Poiseuille law. Poiseuille law is an equation for the velocity of blood, and it includes the difference of blood pressure at vessel's endpoint, viscosity of blood, and length of the blood. Poiseuille law equation is like this, and now I express this equation with vector. If we express the blood flow with a vector, the blood circulation is a well-defined vector field. So from now on, blood flow is vector free, and if we assume the blood flow is linear, Poiseuille law can be expressed as follows. Poiseuille law equation is vector field. In this equation, the current, the blood velocity is proportional, and curl is inverse proportional to the blood pressure, and divergence is proportional to the blood pressure, which is a well-known fact. So we can control blood pressure as we control the curl of blood. Discussion. In these papers, we proved aorticopulmonary septum can control blood pressure, and this is the reviewed fact, and we can cure the disease related with hyperpressure. For example, rheumatism and aging make the aorticopulmonary septum damaged, and these can cause hyperpressure. So as we can cure the structure, we cure the kind of hyperpressure. This is reference. Thank you. I am 블랙홀 마스마틱